Zach, why are we here?
We are in the semifinals of the Netrunner Regional at Game Cafe in Independence, Missouri, 2014.
First one of the season, yeah?
The winner here goes on to face none other than Stephen Woolley in the finals.
It's the day turned out so well for me with all these great players, and what can you say? Sometimes you get lucky. So we have Sasha on the left and Lucas on the right. Lucas has been clawing his way back through this loser's bracket and is now poised in a great position. We've seen a lot of his games. Sasha just got knocked down, I believe by me.
Yeah, he just lost his game to you.
Sorry, Sasha, but
and this is game to make it back.
To make it back. He's using sweet revenge.
He's using that sweet new pawn play mat he just got for making it to the top 4, basically, or top 8, I guess. And one thing that's cool is this is the first elimination bracket.
It is. First one that's been played.
You're sitting in the finals without losing, so you'll have to lose twice to whoever wins here.
Yeah, I'm feeling good, and I'm over on the side not watching because you can't watch and scout games, or maybe you can, but I don't think it's right to do that.
I think they may have added that to the tournament rules, but
yeah.
I don't know.
So I'm over there, and I'm just the thing is, you get in the Netrunner groove, right, and then you have to stop playing. And so, Lucas and Sasha have been on the entire day. You know, they're still in, and I'm over there just fat catting around, hoping that I can get on my game whenever one of them comes to meet me. And this is surely going to be a good one. I remember this one going on around me, and it looked very intense. So I'm so happy to be watching it and talking about it right now. Sasha sweeps week and 2 installs. We have an R&D run from Lucas after a Desperado install. We see the Eli. And then we're going to see a pop-up over HQ.
Interesting to res there. We know he's running Ken, so he's got run events. You've got to expect Count Siphon. Obviously, there's only one more click left, so we'll see what happens.
Oh an APD
man, he
they
hands
cannot
it back.
steal, and Lucas says, ouch. That's correct. And he's going to go back in. Oh, I'm sorry, he had archives on that. Apparently. But pop-up went over HQ. This is the old self-funding account siphon right here. I often regret deeply when I'm on 4 credits and I get a 5th so they can siphon it all down.
Yeah, that's really not what you want there, but it adds a little bit of attacks to hitting that hand, and hopefully Sasha covers his hand up a little more here.
Looks like he drew a card for his first click. Looking at his money. Checking out the money situation. Installing over archives.
Not one Lucas to keep getting free credits, assuming data suckers are a thing.
And the Dirty Laundry is just so good with him. You got to cover up all your servers. At least make it a little taxing to get in.
Man, this is an account siphon dream if Lucas can hit one.
Yeah, he's drawn 2 cards. I'm sure he's looking for Planned Assault or Siphon. Third is Dirty Laundry HQ.
So he's getting a bunch of money. He may have been teeing up Sasha there to have more money for an inevitable account siphon.
He may be. You know, you never know. And going to grab
also
the
getting
5th.
access.
Ash going to trash.
Yeah.
So that is a really good clue as to what Lucas is going to be trying to do here. We're going to see what Sasha's going to be doing here. We're going to see if Lucas actually uses that to his advantage. I think at this point you can assume 100% fast advance from this deck. You don't really have to honor Scorched anymore. So that makes it way easier to float tags with Siphon and do any number of other things. Don't play your Plascretes. Ash is a very big indicator there. Ash and Eli make a lot of sense. They really give you a lot of insight into this deck. Now, what else are we going to see?
I feel like you have to cover that hand. Only the pop-up window. I'm just so terrified.
Oh, it gets very scary. Sasha really having to take a hard look at what ice to play. Sasha's a very calculated player, and that can be very nice, actually, to play against and just kind of slow things down and make the correct plays and not feel rushed. All right, so... oh, yeah, Lucas saying he didn't take the money from Dirty Laundry, and it's like, yeah... That's cool. Yeah, you get that's passive.
Yeah. That'd be a big miss though if he didn't get it.
Yeah, if he forgot that. Sweeps for 2. Oh, for second click. That's right. Okay. He's going to gain 4 credits. I was like, you don't sweep for 2 credits? What are you, crazy?
It's not exactly the exchange you were hoping for.
And 1 click remains. Final click.
And when you get this far in a tournament, looks like again a credit. When you get this far in a tournament, you really don't want to rush things. You've been playing for so long. There's no time limit. So I really respect taking slow turns, especially early on when there's just changes the rest of the game.
Lucas dirty laundering the hand. Boy, he'd trade any of those for an account siphon right now. I have no doubt. It is just wide open, and I'm surprised. Maybe he's not running Plan Assault. I haven't seen a single one. All the stuff that we've been looking at. And Lucas having to consider that pad campaign. Yeah, he's going to try. No, he's not going to trash it. Is he going to trash it? Yeah. He trashes the pad campaign, which, those are the questionable plays. There's not a right answer there.
Yeah, it's
kind of want him to install and res before you trash it, but then they could throw some ice out there and get those credits for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's a weird spot to be in. I don't know what I'd do there.
It's kind of an opportunity cost thing too, right? You're already in. You're already seeing it. You've already spent the click. Pretty much anything with a trash can is on trial at that point. Install Jackson. Going to draw 2 with Jackson. Second click. And install a new remote. After seeing the pad campaign, you kind of assume that's where it is.
Wait, trash the pad campaign?
Yeah, but he probably knows that there's another one. That's what you have to assume, right? You've seen the pad campaign. There's probably another. It's a marked accounts. So he's doing tons of asset economy. And then running Jackson.
He's going to use him. I almost wanted to trash there.
Yeah, it's one of those things,
That does get you Ash back.
It does get you Ash back, yeah. And Lucas already has so much money. It's kind of hard to put a dent. He's sitting on 12. Easy access to everything.
I always love how long some of these criminals go before installing anything besides Desperado.
Mm-hmm. And, pop-up window is actually working out here for Sasha. If Lucas draws the siphon, I think it's problematic, hugely problematic. But until then, you don't really want to give them a credit and lose a credit just to check the hand over and over again. So you notice Lucas really only using the dirty laundry to do that business.
Yeah, that's the cheapest way to guarantee he's going to get in for that money, but...
Install remote.
Wow.
Install over. And install what I can only believe is an Astro script as a player of NBN and as a runner who is terrified against NBN. First click, running it. Pop up, and that is inside job protection. That is all that is right there. And Hive, now we know where the influence is.
He's running real ice. That's where it's at.
Excellent. And what a bold play by Sasha to build an NBN deck with Hive in it. A lot of times, Hive not really being that great in NBN. You score 2-3 points early, and it's not doing so much for you. But man, in this instance, what a great play. So Hive kind of guaranteeing Sasha that he's going to be able to get this agenda out. Even with Kuroda, that's a nasty piece of ice.
Yeah. Some decisions to be made here.
Many decisions. I like an HQ emergency shutdown. It wouldn't stop it, but I think it would stop him from rezzing that agenda. I'm not sure how much money he's on right now.
Yeah, I think a count siphon here would be big.
Oh, it would be unbelievable.
Denying him that money. Let's see if he drew cards. I don't know what he got there.
Ken not seeing a siphon by now is very problematic. It's very strange. But again, I don't think Lucas is running Planned Assault. I don't think he's running Planned Assault.
That's really interesting for me.
I could be wrong, but I've watched a lot of games, and I have not seen it yet.
You've got to think he has tons of run events in the stack. The ability to go get whichever one you want isn't...
Yeah, I can't believe, I literally can't believe in the sense that I am not going to stand by that statement, that he doesn't run them.
All right, well, that's his turn.
Trashes a fairy.
Let's have our mandatory draw.
Let's see if he gets the Astro.
Sasha
I got a
draws
there.
And there it is.
Wow.
So there you have it. Astro Train has begun. At this point, R&D and Siphon.
He had it.
He had it. That is.
Or he may have drawn it with his last click.
Oh man, yeah.
That's just unfortunate timing. If that's the case, he may have had it though. Who knows?
Yeah. And he drops the tags off that Siphon, which you do have to question. Closed accounts is really the only thing that hits you here.
Closed accounts would not be what you want to see.
Kind of worried about Psycho, but at the same time,
Well, he's also got that same old thing out.
Yeah.
That Sasha could trash, and that's a guaranteed another Siphon.
It's true. It's true.
So,
being on such big money too, I think you can afford to shake here.
all right.
Install credit marked.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what kind of player Lucas is here. If he trashes the marked, he is my kind of player.
I was going to say, I feel like I'm a go get a barrier kind of player.
And go get that agenda?
Yeah.
I'm just going to take a guess that that's like an Ash or something. I think Sasha's wilier than this.
But I mean,
Hive loses 2 subroutines. He's got to assume that Lucas can get in there.
if you lose...
Now, I think Lucas has to check. He's the right call.
Yeah, I think he has to check it, because
remote.
if not, if it's another Astro script, you're just in trouble.
It's too stressful to just like assume that it might not be.
Yeah, so 4. Did you pay 1 for it? So 5 total. And get 1 back, right? Okay.
All right, successful run, Desperado. Oh, we don't get to see it.
He's hiding it from the camera.
Sasha, you dirty, dirty man. And it's not trashable, or at least it wasn't trashed, so maybe it's a pad campaign.
All right, there goes the marked accounts.
All right, I appreciate that. That's a good play for me.
You can't let that money train start.
You saw advance twice, and there's another Astro. Ooh,
Man,
baby,
seeing
what a
the
draw.
Astros like that is just so big.
But look there's no central pressure going on here. Sasha's done a great job of diverting Lucas's attention to the other side of the board. R&D not being hit, HQ not being hit. All right, so Lucas essentially getting through for 3. There's a breaking news. Kind of not what you want.
It is not what you want.
Sure, it's an agenda, but...
Saw a toll booth there.
And looks like Daily Cass.
Let's do a mandatory draw.
All right, Sasha draws in a mandatory way. Boy, just playing on really low credits here, able to get that second Astro out, and that's very significant. Yep, it was a bluff to marked accounts. You cannot say enough about how significant that play was. That was huge for Sasha, absolutely huge. Diverted attention away from his hand or R&D where that Astro was. Absolutely love it.
And I mean, I think that's
spend some money, and he got money through the pop-up window to score the Astro next turn. That is a brilliant play.
Yeah, I think it's the right call by Lucas. You have to
It
check
absolutely
it.
is.
It also gives you a barrier breaker to get into R&D, so that's just rough because Astro was in hand and not the one he installed.
Yeah, that's just, I think both very, very good plays and appropriate plays, but Sasha got the better of this exchange for sure.
Yeah, and when you have an Astro script counter, it is interesting to install an Astro script and score it on the next turn.
Getting 2 counters is the money.
Yeah.
It's the jam.
If you have 2 Astro scored and 2 counters, it's so hard to pull out of that.
Yeah, the NBN game becomes about R&D.
Are you going to be commentating the games?
All right, and there's Lucas grabbing his 2 for Daily Cass.
All right.
Siphon again.
Yep.
Goes to 4 from the pop-up. That's what I'm talking about. That pop-up over HQ just funds those account siphons.
They love them pop-ups.
That's right.
All right, Ken's got some money.
And is he going to keep the tags or not? He looks like he's keeping the tags. Scores a breaking news, man.
This is one of those scenarios, right? Like, those 2 cards could have easily just been the 2 Astro scripts instead.
Absolutely, yeah. But they never are. They never are, Zach.
They never are. Wah, wah.
Astro shows up exactly when you need it at all times. That is a very safe marked accounts, and I really love this idea of establishing a server to get your first Astro out and then using that server to fuel your drip economy.
Yeah.
No one wants to go in there and trash that marked account. He's going to have 1 credit coming in every single turn, and that's going to be excellent for Sasha in the long run. It's going to give him the money he needs to score right out of hand after R&D draws.
You think that's another marked accounts over there?
I would say it's a pad campaign or a marked, yeah. We've seen 2 marked, so it's
I like
probably
seeing
a pad.
the return of the drip economy.
Yeah, Sasha, it's a pretty solid answer to account siphon. It's still, if you have 2 things up and running, you may as well get your 2 credits. Then you can install and score off the Astro script. So it works quite well.
Looks like they're taking a step back here. Instead of installing, you may be trashing.
Yeah. Lucas didn't have the tags on, so he was gonna close the counts.
Oh wow.
Yep. That's more appropriate.
That's a game changer right there.
I noticed when he took the siphon, he didn't put the tags on, and it's up to both players to remember that, but I'm glad they rewound it to accommodate.
Yeah.
Checking R&D, clicking through Eli, and it's marked accounts, looks like.
Yeah, it's just an R&D lock, making sure he's not going to get an agenda there.
Getting really intense here.
So it's 2 to 4 points, right?
2 to 4 points. And parasites on those pop-up windows are always great, but hard to fit them into most criminal decks. Ooh, look at Lucas packing a retrieval run. I love that.
It's a run, man.
Yeah, it is.
Run all the runs.
Install and gain 2 credits. Siphon still looks good here.
The interesting thing about a siphon here is that you could just run the hand to give him an extra credit,
Yep.
and then siphon the hand.
Yep. And you got to hope that I think you check the remote first. If it's a pad campaign, you don't want him to res it for 2, bring you down to 3. That's really kind of where the line is on siphon. But it looks like Lucas is committed to just being tagged and dealing with that. And the most that I've seen Lucas kind of stop and think for a while.
For a long while in all the games, really.
All right, first is HQ. Could be
All right.
going on the plan that we assume he's going on.
See if he
And
gets lucky.
Sasha giving a really good shuffle there. You know what that means. Fast track.
Oh man, that's not what you want to see. Once he gets 2 more points, he can just fast track for that 2-1 if it's an Astro.
Yes, he can. Shut down the Eli.
Okay. I'm okay with this.
And he reses Eli again. So a nice little denial play there. And then he paid 4, gain 1 for Desperado.
Yeah, R&D check is so important there. You can't hand him another Astro.
No, you cannot.
Oh, wow.
And shut down the Eli again. Playing some small ball over here. And you'll notice now, because of that marked accounts, he now has the ability to score out a 3-2 if he happens to have one in hand or if he got one.
Oh, man.
Another marked accounts, he's going to charge it up.
Charge. Those are so good.
Charge
I
them
saw
both
these in use so much over that weekend. They're just so expensive to trash.
Yeah, you really don't want it. 0 res cost is nice. It's really just kind of a pad campaign that doesn't get trashed. It's a little more costly, but not terrible. All right, so hitting the Eli, coming through and sees the Sansan. Has 5 credits. Oh, baby, I don't think you trashed that.
I don't think you trash it either because you can't have him draw an Astro. He left it.
I agree with you, Zach.
Or any agenda for that matter.
I've
That's a
never
3-2.
agreed with you more.
It's like, well, at this point, all right, you got it, buddy. I'm never going to give you that much money, so we're fine.
So Sasha now sitting on a Sansan. I think Lucas assumes the next remote that goes down is that Sansan. Sasha might be able to sneak an agenda out just wholesale. Install looks like an upgrade in that marked account server. Sweepstake for 3. And this is great gaining a credit. Perfect. This is great siphon prevention here. Sasha on 6 credits, or maybe even 5, hits the pop-up, reses the Sansan,
Yep.
and then you can't steal a dang thing.
Absolutely.
And then he has a res Sansan that you have to get through a pop-up and a hive to go after. Even though hive's only on one serve routine right now. Just a little wall of static there.
Well, you still have to get through it and then trash the Sand.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a really weird situation. He's also got 2 charged marked accounts, which is great for him. Oh, double Eli.
Double Eli on R&D. This is going to make the game so much better for Sasha right now. And it ends the run. And man, Sasha's really turning the tempo here for me.
Yeah, he just really established his presence and made it the long-term game look really good for himself.
It was kind of the bummer here is that you saw the 2 breaking news on Lucas's end instead of maybe a Beal breaking news or a double Beal or even a Beal Astro or something. And then on top of that, you just didn't get any the early accesses just didn't pay off as much as you wanted them to.
Yeah, didn't have early siphon, didn't have early access that was really beneficial. I mean, you got 2 points out of it.
It's just kind of, whenever you can have a pop-up window over HQ doing this much work, you know you're doing well as an NBM player.
Yeah.
8-2 Siphons has recovered very well. Double Eli and R&D is brutal. There's no way to make that better.
It's just going to cost you
Lucas,
money.
I mean, it just costs him 8 to get through. He gets 1 back, so 7 net to check a card on R&D. You can't do that.
You can't get 1 card for 7. One
No.
random card.
Or
But
3 clicks and 4 credits.
Oh,
There's
count
the
siphon. But you got to know his deck's loaded at this point, too.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen, what, 6 points?
Yeah. Yeah.
I will res Sansan.
Yeah. Res in the Sansan.
Yeah. And now he's got a Sansan up, and Lucas can access her siphon. I think you still have to siphon so hard here.
Yeah, get him down to 0 money.
He's
Gain
got
6.
2 coming in next turn, though, so it really doesn't matter.
He's gaining 6. He's taking the money.
If he can't... If this is an agenda off R&D right here, I mean, it's out. It doesn't matter what it is. Oh, he's got to go trash that Sansan. There he goes.
Yeah.
Well done, Lucas.
Yeah.
So did you break?
And the unfortunate thing is that that pop-up window over that remote actually gives Sasha enough, yet again, to just start scoring stuff. And he's trashing both.
Yeah.
And again, that pop-up window doing such work, that means we're going to get 1 more for marked, which again opens up the R&D score here.
Getting rid of a Plasticate. Don't think you'll be needing that.
All right, so the real question is Sasha drawing agenda here?
Best draw there is Astro. Decent draw is Veal.
Yeah. And it looks like he didn't get it. And we'll see what he does. I could be considering install. I always think he's reaching for that Astro. Install, gain a credit, and charge marked accounts.
Yeah.
Putting pressure on here. That could be an NAPD as well. We have seen these. Remember that Sasha's didn't he have an NAPD in hand at the very beginning of the game that Lucas wasn't able to steal?
This is correct.
So that looks very much like an NAPD contract to me. 3 advancements and an Astro counter scores that and puts Sasha on 6 points.
Could also be another Sansan.
Could be another Sansan, could be another pad campaign. We've already seen 3 marked.
Yeah.
All right, and Lucas draws a card for his first click. Second is draw.
I feel like this turn.
I think we
Is
need some
big.
action here. It's really turning heavily to Sasha's favor.
You trash the other marks at this point? Upstairs?
You know, there's just not the money to do it. You want to ultimately. You hit it with Desperado and trash it and go to 0, but you got to think you've got a Corroder and a Desperado out. Sasha's got 5 res piece of ice. He's got marked accounts going. He's got an installed card. He's got an installed ice on archives. When you just look at the development of the board, I think for Lucas to be at this point right now and only on 2 points is really problematic. He needs to shove his way into the mid game here and really start accessing R&D. I just don't know how he's going to do it. Double Eli is always such a pain.
Yeah, I guess I'm curious at this point. If that is the NAPD down there with the Astro script, he's going to be capable of scoring it.
Yeah,
He can Astro
exactly.
script advance 3 times. So I don't know. He already gave him the credit he needed from that run.
Ooh.
Taking it. So maybe that's the
So
NAPD.
maybe there's another one. And that bankrupts him. So this is actually good for both players, I think. I don't know who got the better of that.
So now we have a tie game. If that is an NAPD that's installed on Sasha's side, this is obviously game.
Not quite game.
Oh, not quite game. 6 points. Close to game.
He used to that Harmony MedTech over there.
All right, let's see what it is.
I don't know if you even score this if it is an APD.
You just force him to get in and not get there.
I mean, normally the anatomy of an NBN deck is 2 breaking news if you're running NAPD.
Oh, he trashed it.
Okay, so new thing. So I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that Sasha has seen both breaking news scored by Lucas here and does not have a 1-pointer to fast track in.
It's really cool to see the pressure that's created in a one-game win or go home scenario.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just a very intense game.
I know at the tournament, right now, it's just palpable. Like you can feel the intensity in both players, being very cautious and being very, very specific in their moves.
Yeah, very careful, very meticulous. And then Sasha installing over that remote on such little money. I'd love to know what that card is.
Could be a pop-up.
Could be a pop-up.
Could be an ice wall. Wouldn't do anything.
Paying 2 for a pop-up here is a little bit interesting. If you're expecting like multiple runs on that remote, that's one thing. Or if you're trying to drain them of credit so they can't trash what's down there, that could work as well. And let's remember that Eli did de-res from that shutdown over there. So if Sasha can go to 0 here, if Lucas can get Sasha out, looks like he's only on 2 credits. That's very good for Lucas. That means he can get an R&D. He could just 3 clicks here, could get him in. He's hitting archives here. Getting a Desperado credit, so now R&D is shut down. Can't get in there.
He can't get in. I'm really surprised. Well,
I'd have taken an R&D access there for 3 clicks over that archives.
Even his first click.
Yeah.
He took a credit.
First click, click twice.
There you go. That's the easy way to do it. Go home, take
Because you're just, it's too stressful. You have to check that R&D card every time, or it's just an immediate thing. And if there's one that you miss,
gain 2 credits. All right. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
oh, just a Beal. Well done, Sasha. So saving that Astro counter, that was a pretty bold move.
Yeah, that is big. That gets interesting real fast.
That may be a pop-up over the top then, and I kind of like that with Lucas being on such low credits.
Yeah, if there is a third breaking news and he's if he can fish out his deck, all right, indexing, that's going to be good.
Huh? I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry.
Click 1 indexing.
No res. Okay.
Paying 4,
Pays
saving
4,
the clicks.
gets 1 back. That means he can credit and get back in, or he can click his way back in. This could easily be the game here.
That is phenomenal.
It's going to be so hard.
So at this point, if you draw a 3-2, a 3 anything, 3-1, or if you can fish out a 2-1 with
with fast track.
with fast track, you just win the game.
You win the game. Yeah, but I believe all those breaking news are already on the table. And what I'm going to guess here is that Lucas is looking at 4 points. 2 agendas, probably an Astro and a Beal, knowing that he can't get to both of them.
1 on top, 1 on bottom.
He can gain 2 credits and then run again to get the first agenda, or he can just click 3 times to get the first agenda. But aside from that, looks like he's going to run R&D and click through and score the Beal.
Yeah. Wow.
Incredible
we got
game.
a 6-6 game here.
And I have to believe that there's another agenda. Watch Lucas watch R&D like a hawk. Doesn't matter. He's got it. Sasha's got it in hand. There's the Beal.
Wow, that is a phenomenal game. That's one turn.
Excellent game. And look what's on top. NAPD contract.
Yeah.
Lucas put it as the third card down. Beautiful play here, guys. Sasha Friedman, Lucas Li, fantastic players. Lucas had a great day from St. Louis, so good to see him do so well. And then Sasha's going to go to the finals and see what that's all about.
Absolutely fantastic games.
We'll see you guys at the finals. Thanks so much for watching.
See you guys.